Here are 5 things I wish I knew before moving to Lakeway. When I moved to Lakeway in 2016, it took me a while to get my bearings. I have lived around the country, starting in Ohio, and then Michigan, Virginia, Hawaii, Maryland, Illinois, South Texas, and then finally Lakeway. Having lived in so many places, I had lots of experience getting used to a new city and building a community of friends and support, but I know not everyone can do that. I put together this list of tips for relocating to Lake Travis to help make your transition a little easier. I added in a bonus tip at the end that could easily apply to anywhere in Texas. If you're coming from out of state, you should know people here in Texas are very friendly, and that was one of the biggest surprises for my last relocating clients. You can expect strangers to make conversation, and if you have a flat tire, you can expect people to stop and help. I absolutely love the community feel here, and let's get into the things to help you settle right in. Number 5, no one is actually from here. One of the things I realized when I moved to Lakeway is that there aren't many people who are actually from here. The population of Lakeway in 1980 was only around 800, and by 1990 it had grown to about 4,000 people. Compared to the 20,000 residents of today, you just don't find many Lakeway natives. Where are people moving from? In the last couple of years, I personally have helped people relocate from upstate New York, Nashville, California, Florida, New Jersey, as well as from Canada, Sweden, and Switzerland. Lakeway is an amazing blend of cultures, and I'm proud of the way that new residents are brought into the fold of the community. One of the benefits of having such a diverse community is that we have a large variety of restaurants. Whatever cuisine you're in the mood for, you can find a local spot to satisfy your craving. We have some delicious options locally, such as these. Once you get here, it's not hard to pick up on the things that help make the community such a special place, and you'll feel at home in no time. Number 4, people are really into health and fitness. When you're driving down the neighborhood roads in Lakeway, whether it's 9 a.m. or 6 p.m., you'll see neighbors out jogging and walking their dogs. Between the Lakeway Activity Center, the swim club, and the other gyms in Lakeway, there are a bunch, there are tons of ways to stay active. The Lakeway City Park has walking and jogging trails, along with sports courts, and Lake Travis access for kayaking or canoeing. A local pedal kayak company has several options for water fun also. Check out these healthy neighbors. Driving down 620 through the center of Lakeway, you'll see smoothie shops, a poke bowl restaurant, acai bowl restaurant, and a ton of places to grab a delicious salad. If you want an icy treat, my favorite spot is Snowmo, a Taiwanese snow, ice, and boba shop. It's like nothing I've ever had before and definitely worth a taste. There are 2 main grocery stores in Lakeway, along with a butcher shop and some smaller markets. Local restaurants offer vegan and vegetarian food, along with the typical Texas carnivore options. Here are a couple of local places I love. There are lots of gym options in the area. Whether you're into CrossFit, Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Pilates, or spinning, you can find a gym option within 10 minutes. Some new and notable spots that have recently opened are Rumble, a boxing gym, and Aerial Yoga Austin, where you can get a sweat going on the aerial silks. Hill Country Indoor is in Bee Cave, and it's a huge facility with a great spot for kids while the adults work out. They do sports leagues year-round for kids and adults and have one of the most comprehensive workout solutions in the area. Number 3, people are really into sports. No matter where you're from, you've heard of Friday Night Lights, and in Texas, high school football is a huge part of the culture. Whether you have students at the high school or not, everyone in town is very invested in the performance of the football team. Lake Travis made it pretty far in the state championship this year and is widely known as a destination school for football. The middle school kids and freshmen play Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. The JV team plays on Thursdays, and the varsity team plays Friday nights. They go all out with food trucks, bounce houses, spirit gear, and parades. Our football rival is Westlake, Eanes ISD, and there's always an argument over which lake is the best lake. Here are some shots from some of the last games this past fall. I can't mention the football team without talking about the marching band, color guard, the Cavalettes, the Red Rubies. These students work summers, evenings, weekends, and are some of the best performers in the state. If you ever get a chance to hear our school band, I encourage you to check them out. They are an amazing group of kids. College football is also huge here in Texas and especially in Austin. The UT Longhorn Stadium is about 40 minutes away and is such a fun way to spend an afternoon or evening. The team spirit is unbelievable, with everyone wearing burnt orange, seeing the stadium, all the people, Bevo the cow, the team, the band. It's just an entire experience all in itself. There are several spots here locally to watch college football games, like the Lake Travis Beer Garden or Torchy's Tacos, and you'll find lots of football fans in town. Also, in the category of sports, I feel like I need to talk about pickleball. I'm not an expert at all in the topic, and I've never actually played pickleball, but I think I'm in the minority in Lakeway regarding pickleball. Pickleball is huge here. People are playing, talking about playing, buying cute pickleball outfits. If you love pickleball, I promise you'll find a whole friend group and pickleball team here in Lakeway. Are there pickleball teams? I don't know. You probably know, or you can ask your pickleball friends. I actually just got an email today about beginner and intermediate pickleball lessons starting up soon, so maybe by the time you watch this video, I will also be a pickleball expert. Topic number 2, the traffic. Lakeway traffic is the biggest gripe you'll hear about the area. With one main road, Highway 620, the traffic tends to back up. There's school pickup and drop-off times. Normally when you see the highest traffic times, during the summer and school breaks, traffic is much better, although the boat traffic increases. The trucks hauling boats down the road. If there is an accident, things really back up because there is really just that one main road. The Mansfield Dam is north of Lakeway, and it gets slippery in any rain, and unfortunately we do see a lot of accidents here. This can cause delays getting back to Lakeway if you're in Austin, or out of Lakeway if you're headed to Austin. There are a couple of Facebook groups for local traffic monitoring, and there are ways around a road blockage, but it could add 20 miles onto your commute if you have to take a detour. This is what Mansfield Dam looks like. About 20 years ago, the road actually went over the dam, but today we travel beside it on a separate road. Concrete dividers were added to divide 620 a few years ago. Before these dividers, we were making left turns, right turns, U-turns, any kind of turns wherever we wanted. But now we have to drive to an appointed spot in order to turn where we want to go or to make a U-turn to go back. It took a lot of complaining, but the locals finally got used to it, and it did seem to help cut down on the fender benders in the busier parts of town. In my travels around the country, I've noticed that people drive differently in different areas. When all of these people move to one place, the driving styles don't always blend the most seamlessly. The things that are an issue here, slow drivers in the left lane, not using the shoulder to turn right, not using blinkers, texting and driving, or driving too fast. I think you'll see those issues anywhere, but the traffic definitely can be an annoying thing about Lakeway. Lakeway has no public transportation at all. There's no bus route that runs to and from Austin or within Lakeway itself. The town is not very walkable, and with most shopping located a solid distance away or across a main road, you do see a lot of cyclists riding around our area, but not too many bicycle commuters for work. This can pose a problem for entry-level staffing in our local shops and restaurants, since the cost of living is higher in our area and it's hard to get by on a minimum wage job. Even a 2-bedroom apartment can be $2,000 a month, which is a stretch on a budget. One of the benefits of Lakeway traffic is the great assortment of luxury and exotic cars you'll see in the area. You might be driving beside a 55 Mustang or a brand new Lamborghini. Outside of California, I don't think I've seen a higher concentration of Teslas, and the closest supercharger is about 10 minutes away in Bee Cave. If you're a car enthusiast, you'll meet lots of friends in Lakeway. A couple of new car condo buildings have opened in the area, giving you a place to store or show off your car. X Space, one of my favorite commercial condo spots, hosted a Lamborghini breakfast a while back. Coda, the racetrack, is about 40 minutes away, so it's not a bad drive if you want to see the Formula One racing. I've got a video coming soon on just X Space, so be on the lookout for that. Topic number 1, the lake. Lake Travis encompasses lots of different bodies of water. The river flows into a lake, and then it hits a dam and turns into a river again. Then it goes through a series of smaller dams, and it goes all the way into Austin. The Colorado River is where it all begins. The Colorado starts in West Texas and flows all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Unfortunately, with the dam systems in place, you can't boat all the way to the ocean, which I thought. This is what the whole system looks like. It's definitely not your typical lake. Lake Travis is the dammed portion of the Colorado River before the Mansfield Dam. Lake Travis has lots of offshoots, curves, and coves, which make it a fun place to explore. Lake Travis water level goes up and down with the rainfall, and it can come up fast when it's low. The coves on Lake Travis give a nice spot to relax during a day of boating. The lake is smoother in these coves, and people anchor and tie up their boats to hang out together. Devil's Cove is known to be the party cove, and there's a fun zip line above the Cow Creek Cove. If you see a sign for Hippie Hollow, be aware, this is a spot for our more adventurous adults. I love spending a Saturday in the coves of Lake Travis almost as much as I love spending a Saturday showing houses. Lake Austin is the portion of the Colorado River after Lake Travis that goes from the Mansfield Dam all the way to downtown Austin. In Austin itself, it's known as Town Lake or Lady Bird Lake, depending on how long you've lived in Austin. Lake Austin is best known for wakeboarding and wake surfing, and you can hire an instructor if you've always wanted to learn. The Pedernales River flows in from West Texas also and merges into the Colorado River. The Pedernales often goes dry when lake levels go down. If you want to rent a boat, there are marinas where you can rent a boat for a day, rent a boat and a captain for a day, or join a monthly boat club where you can use a rental boat as much as you want. These can be great ways to get your feet wet in the boat world. Learning to drive on the lake is like when you first learn to drive a car. Certain boats have the right of way, there are specific lights to use when driving at night, and you definitely can't drink and drive. Lake Travis is the most fun thing to do in the area. If you're into boat ownership, you have many options. You could keep your boat at home if your HOA allows it, or you're in an area with no HOA, and trailer your boat to one of the many boat ramps on the lakes, Lake Austin or Lake Travis. Many Lake Travis ramps close when the lake levels go down, so you'll want to check that first. You could keep your boat at a dry storage marina where they keep your boat stacked in a warehouse and they get it out for you when you're ready to go boating. There are also many marinas in the area where you can store your boat on the lake, probably on a boat hoist to keep the zebra mussels off, and you have super easy, immediate access whenever you want. Some neighborhoods have their own marinas included, and there are great options for public marinas. Boating is a super fun hobby, and you can be assured you'll make lots of friends out on the lake. The 4th of July fireworks show is unbelievable, and you'll see rockets shooting up from every direction. Watching the fireworks on the lake is one of my favorite activities. At different times of the year, there are boat parades, Christmas light decorating contests, and even Jaws on the Water, where they show the movie Jaws while you float on a tube and watch the screen from the lake. Here is your bonus topic, Texas traditions. I wanted to add a bonus at the end with some Texas traditions that I didn't expect when I moved here. The first one is homecoming mums. In the fall, high school students wear giant flowers at school and to the homecoming football game. When I say giant flowers, I mean giant flowers. As the parent of a high school boy, I've paid up to $250 for a homecoming mum to be given to his date. They can be made with little stuffed animals, LED lights, ribbons, and beadwork. You can find them at the grocery store at a much more reasonable price, and if you're crafty, you can add some flair to the base model. The girls wear the larger flower as a necklace, and the boys wear a smaller mum on their arm. The flowers start out smaller as high school freshmen, and they get bigger each year. The senior mums are enormous. The next thing is breakfast tacos. Being from Ohio, I had never seen a breakfast taco before I moved here. My first Texas home was about 2 hours south in Corpus Christi, and the breakfast tacos were unreal. They were just out of this world. There's a green sauce they have that it puts them over the top. There are breakfast tacos here at many gas stations, sit-down restaurants, and taco trucks. You will find your favorite at some point, and you'll argue with your friends about why your favorite breakfast taco is better than theirs. My favorite is bean, cheese, and potato, but you can get bacon, chorizo, eggs, jalapenos, and even brisket at some spots. Texas home decorations are huge here. Cowhide rugs, cutouts of the shape of Texas, welcome y'all signs, Texas stars on the outside of the house, bluebonnet patterned pillows, and framed pictures of horses and cows can be found in many more homes than you would expect here. Texas has some of the most state pride I've ever experienced, and we like to show it off in our homes, vehicles, and yards. The next thing is cedar fever. For the first few years you live in Texas, you won't have many allergy problems due to pollen. Then after a few years, you'll start sneezing like crazy, your eyes will itch, and you'll have to carry around a box of Kleenex. You will wonder what is going on, but this is a classic case of cedar fever. The cedar trees here put off massive amounts of pollen in the spring, and most people are allergic. Starting a daily allergy pill is a must, and many local doctors sell cedar fever drops to help you get through this. In conclusion, the Lakeway and Lake Travis area is one of the most welcoming places I've ever had the privilege to live. When I first moved here, I joined as many clubs and activities as I could to meet the most people to form my friend group. Luckily, I had small kids at the time, so by signing them up for as many activities as possible, I was able to broaden my search for friends. I'm happy to share all of my Lake Travis friend-making tips and tricks in a separate video if that's something you'd like to see. Please leave me a comment below with video requests, neighborhood tour requests, or any comments on this video. Like and subscribe, and remember, Lake Travis is waiting for you.